The first thing we're going to talk about tonight is karma. Now, we wanted to talk a little bit about the books. A lot of people ask what's coming on my stuff, and I'll just give you a little bit of an update. You know, we did book 7, Avenging Home. There will be more in the story. If you've read that far, you can stop if you want. But if you don't want to stop, shake your head, you want me? If you don't want to stop, there's more coming. It's going to be a little while, probably September, before you get your next installment of that. But I have a new book, a whole new storyline that'll come out probably in June. Something totally unrelated, so we'll start a whole nother thing for you guys to wait on. But that'll be coming out probably in June. And if you haven't read Franklin's stuff, like he said, check them out. They're really good books. Because, I mean, I can't write them fast enough. There's plenty of room here. There's a lot of guys doing this stuff now. And some of them are really good, and his stuff's really good. So, absolutely check them out. But as far as the rest of this for tonight, what do you got on your mind? Well, yesterday we talked a little bit about, or Franklin and I did, about the end of the world as we know it. And when people say that, there are all kinds of images come to mind, you know. But if you stop for a minute and think about the world as we know it, it's a nice place. You know, everything you want is at your fingertips. It's a pretty easy life. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I jumped in my truck a couple days ago, drove all the way up here from Florida in a matter of no time. So it's a pretty easy way to live. But in reality, when we talk about that world ending, we're talking about going back to a closer, more natural state in our lives. You know, you want food, you're going to have to go get it. And I don't mean the grocery store, I don't mean that kind of thing. You're going to have to actually go pull it out of the ground, pick it off a tree, whack it in the head, skin it, whatever. You want your water, you're going to have to go find your water, bring it to where you need it, make it potable to drink. Same with your shelters. You know, our houses and things like that will still be here, and that's what people need to remember too, is all the stuff from society is still going to be here. It's all still going to be laying around, and it's something he and I are bouncing around. We're working on now is a book that we're going to try to do together as a survival manual based on that whole theory of living off the bones of society. Because all this stuff's still here, you know. Some of it may not work, you may not have fuel for it, but there's other things you can do. But don't get so overwhelmed in that whole, oh, the world's going to end. We were talking earlier with some guys about the youth of today, and a lot of adults of today, that if they get separated from these things for a few minutes, they lose their minds, you know. And this thing's great, because anything you want, imagine something this small, and all the knowledge of the world is right here. Anything we want to know.
It's like Star Trek come to life.
Yeah, yeah, in a big way. And he keeps Captain Kirk's flip phone, too. He's got one. The communicator right in his pocket. 1990 called. They want the technology back.
I like it because when the conversation's over,
whether they knew it or not, the conversation is over.
It just punctuates it, and I'm done. Right there.
But you know, it may not be so bad when some of that stuff goes away. Life may not be so easy, true. But you look at the people today that, like I was at Universal Studios the other day with my family, and there's a young girl walking through the park, texting on her phone, runs into a bollard and flips over and lands, you know, on the ground. I had to laugh at her. It was the funniest thing in the world to me, because she was so in tune, you know. And we even see commercials on TV now making fun of that. A guy walks in to introduce his girlfriend to his buddies, and they're all texting, and, you know, hey, Dennis, nice to meet you. Well, you know, it's a girl they're introducing, you know. It's that ingrained in us now, that people do this. Just recently in Germany, they installed stoplights in the sidewalk. So that when you're walking on your phone and not paying attention, you'll see a light that'll tell you to stop at a crosswalk. I mean, how much sadder do we need to get as a species that we need that kind of thing, that we can't keep our heads up and look around? But so some of that stuff's not going to be so bad when it goes away. But use it to your advantage right now. Again, you've got all the knowledge of the world right there in your pocket. Take advantage of it now to get it while you can, you know. Franklin was talking about, he keeps a box under his printer, and when he looks at something he wants to remember from the internet, he'll print the page and throw it in the box. Because, you know, when this stuff goes away, he'll still have those. And it serves a few purposes. That's some paper, you know. You can imagine a couple things you can do with that. Use really thin paper, not that heavy bond stuff.
Definitely don't use the high gloss paper.
The photo quality and stuff, right up your back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the sandpaper.
But use it to your advantage. Now while you got it, take the advantage of it and learn the knowledge, because that's what it's going to come down to. We have generations of people. We've got some folks sitting in here that have some knowledge that they can pass on, that when they go, there's going to be that fewer people that know it. You know, there's a lot of skills out there that are going to go away. You look at, again, go back to look at the generations of today. What do they know? They know their iPhone and Snapchat and whatever other things they do. I don't even know.
Kardashians.
The Kardashians. Well, that's an interesting point. I refer to people like the Kardashians and a lot of people in today's society as an artificial life form. It sounds kind of funny. But we've created an artificial environment. We do not live in a natural environment. We do not live in a natural environment. We live in an artificial environment. Because, don't make me dance. You start throwing money at him, I'm leaving. But those people, if you took them and dropped them into a natural environment, they'd die. They wouldn't be able to do it. Can you imagine taking someone like a Kardashian or any of those other folks, I don't know, and putting them where Alan spent almost 2 months? I'd like to put one of them with Alan for 2 months. Now that'd be good TV.
Maybe. I like barbecue. Maybe.
Long pig? Anyone?